right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another video. I appreciate you taking the time today to watch. We're looking at two markets, the E-mini S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 futures. And what we can see going on right now, I'm looking at my higher time frame chart. All right, I trade range-based charts only and simply because they're just cleaner to the eye. So if you trade time-based, tick-based, or volume-based, I always say, stick what works for you. Whatever charts you use to trading, stick with them, okay? I know people convert over and have been switching over to the range base because of, wanting to try to trade similar to the way I do or follow the strategy I trade. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just understand, range charts are not time-based charts. They're not tick charts. They're not volume charts. You have to just understand that each chart is different. So without further ado, looking at the structure of the market here on the ES, we can see that the market broke structure to the downside. Then shifting on Sunday evening going into Monday morning, pretty much yesterday's trading session, we got this push up here. So we broke a bit of structure back to the upside here, which is, pretty much minor structure. Structural breaks to the upside. We broke here and we also broke here to the upside. So where, possibly what could the market do right now? Well, the market could come back here. I'll mark this area back here, back down here. This is a supply zone. We got to break a structure, after breaking some minor structure to the upside here. So this is a supply zone right here. I'm sorry, guys, not supply, demand. I got multiple things going on. I got the Discord going on. Yes, if you're interested in joining the Discord, find the link down in the description portion of this video. It's free of charge to join the Discord as well. So I'm looking at people's postings, their trades that they're actually taking. We share our trades over on the Discord community. So if you're interested in joining, again, the link is down in the description portion of the video. There is a channel there titled The Trading Floor on the server. Come over and join us. That's where we as traders post our entries pretty much. We share screenshots and talk about the trades we take. But anyways, okay, so this is a demand zone here, not supply, but demand, aggressive buying to the upside. The market could come back to this area today, but also be mindful at the top up here. Let me look at this right quick. Yeah, this is a area of supply resting right here. So right now, the market is breaking minor areas of structure to the upside here. We will break this area here up above 48, 41, then we'll have this is a minor, this would be a major structure break to the upside if we break this area. But right now, you can look for pullbacks to go long, but be mindful of this area of supply that we're approaching. Now moving down to the moving down to the Nasdaq chart. I'm going down to the Nasdaq 60 range as well. Yesterday was just bullish all day long. We were making higher highs and higher lows, breaking structure to the upside, and so yesterday was just primarily a day to look for pullbacks to go long if you could catch them off your lower time frame chart. Now it looks like we climbed higher. We actually bounced around 809 area, so close to the round number of 800, so 16,800 around that area. No specific 100% reason. This is resistance right here. I got it kind of zoomed in, or zoomed out, I should say. Right here, we really didn't tap into that, but there's also a small area of supply resting right up in this area here at 828. Is what I can see right now, somewhere in that general area. And then the market looks like it rejected around the round number there and started breaking structure back to the downside here. So a couple of areas, I should say anyway. So yeah, we'll see what takes place here. And as you can see, we broke here below 770. Pull back, broke here, broke structure, continuing to break structure to the downside. So right now, this right here, if you look at this here in more detail, yeah, this was a demand area right here. I was looking at that yesterday, but this was close to noontime yesterday, and the market comes down to it. So this was a demand zone. We'll go ahead and mark this off the higher time frame. And if you don't know anything about supply and demand selling, because that's how I supply and demand trading, not selling. Supply and demand trading, I trade aggressive areas of buying and areas of selling, and that's all that supply and demand is. So the market came back to this area here, aggressive buying, two or more candles breaking above 1, 2, 3, aggressive buying there. So that's aggressive. That's demand. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that in green. All right, and it rejected. And what did it do? It came up to this area of this area of supply right here. All right, you see that, and then now it's rejecting that area. Yes, this is supply because we were breaking structure to the downside. Okay, we rejected this area here, started breaking structure to the downside, and tested this demand, pulled back to this key. So I didn't catch this right here this morning. If anyone that caught this morning, I haven't really paid 100% attention to see if anyone took that bounce off of. Yeah, looks like a few people did on the Discord. I'm taking a look here, so give me a second. I'll show you the Discord community, guys, if you're interested. This is our Discord right here, and so for anyone that took this trade off of around this area here on the rejection around the 60 area, and maybe this slightly higher when you move down to the lower time frame chart, congrats to you because that was a decent trade. I'll definitely tell you that now. But I didn't catch it. I wish I would have, because that would have been a very, very nice trade to get into to go back up. Just looking at the Discord to see how many people actually did. Yeah, a few people did. So, congrats to you on that one. But anyways, yeah, demand scale down. What I do is at this point, I normally move down to my lower time frame chart. So if I move down to my lower time frame chart, this is around 850. Let's move over here. Yep, this area right here. I typically like to look for a break of structure and back to the upside. You know, the market is making structural breaks back to the upside. So let's see here. Like right here, we broke this area of structure. We pushed up, higher, low, broke structure to the upside, taking out this area here at 73. And, you know, so when we did that, we got a break of structure to the upside right here. So we broke here. Okay, so we clearly turned around and took structure out right here, pull back, broke higher, and you can look for a demand area to go long. Demand area to go long from was right here. I'll just go ahead and throw that out there right now. This was a demand area to go long, and as you see what it did, it took off to the upside and went up there and tested. Where's that? 715, 715. It went up there and tested that supply area right there. So, you know, that's the strategy I talk about in detail on the channel. So I would highly recommend, if you're not a sub or subscriber, to go ahead and take a look at the videos, guys, because I go on in detail and in depth about the strategy I use. Is, you know, marking higher time frame demand and supply zones, and then wait for the market to return to them, and then moving down to a lower time frame chart. So for instance, like that was a demand setup, right? We tap into a higher time frame demand. Then we're moving down to the lower time frame chart to see if the market is going to fall through. By means of what I'm saying by falling through is start to break structure to the upside. At that point, I'm looking to see if I can take a pullback entry to a key area of demand once the market breaks structure on the lower time frame. Pull back to a key area of demand on the lower time frame, get rejection to go long, and just looking at the higher time frame where it could go up to. Well, this is supply right here, so you look, I mean, aggressive selling, and you can take it back up to that area there. So let me mark this right here just for reference, because this was a demand zone. Okay, so let's fall through now to see what we got going on here. Right now we're kind of just ranging, so I'm not sure if it's going to, you know, want to break lower and continue breaking structure, or is it going to come up and start breaking minor areas of structure? This is a minor area structure. This is the minor area structure. We have a major area structure break if it breaks above here at 811 and a quarter, 811 and a half, or will we, you know, just kind of move lower and break this area structure right here below 656, not 856, 656. So let's see what happens as we stand right now. So, you know, right now, it's bounced off that supply zone. So be careful about trading in this area right here, because now the market's moving sideways. Okay, I'm going to go long here. I'm trying to see what to take this thing back up to be honest with you. Let's see. I'm going to take it back up to this area here, right here, just to scout this area here. What do we got? Come on. There we go. We got fill there, a few ticks there. I mean, a few points there, not a few ticks, a few points. This was a small area of demand. I took it off of the lower time frame chart, the 12 range chart, which I take my trades from. But just looking at the structure of the market on the lower time frame, it was breaking structure to the upside, folded back, and started breaking minor areas of structure to the upside. Came back. This right here is a small area of demand off the lower time frame, and excuse me, it's probably gonna break higher now, to be honest with you. All right, it could pull back a little bit, but I'm expecting it probably to run the highs here. I should have stayed in that trade. Yeah. I'm going to take on a little heat here. I know I am. But I'm going to put a stop. Not stop, but my target's up here. Oh, man, it hit my first target already. I was trying to move my TP up, my contract up. Let's see. Looking at the higher time frame, we haven't broken structure to the upside yet. Through some of these minor areas of structure, but I look at the lower time frame. So I'm hoping that it moves higher. Let's see. Come on. I want to see it test the high. At least come back and test the highs up here of this area. I know it would pull back, but it's okay. I should have stayed in the trade when I got into it down here. Come on. Yeah, if it shows you any more hesitation on a pullback or it doesn't want to break any higher, I might just take out. Yeah, I'm closing right there. I'm just going to go ahead and get out. Anyways, a few more points there. I think like 4 points or whatever, 5 points on that one contract there. The first contract, it filled it real quick. Yeah, I knew it was going back up here. This was demand right here. I'll throw it out there to you guys. Right here on the lower time frame demand. It's probably going to break this area, at least try to, but we got this area, you know, we got resistance right here, so be careful. It could break this area of through this area of resistance right here. This was a supply zone. Then we're going to break a structure to the upside. So let me mark this as an area of demand. I should have stayed in that trade. I took it right here and got out right here. So it's all right. Let's see what happens next. So if you look over the ES, let me fix the chart quick. You can see the market is made its moves to the runs to the upside here, right? Breaking areas of structure as it moved higher, okay? Taking out structure here, breaking on a move to the upside here, and on the lower time frame, it you know, around the 48,800 round number, it's rejecting that area just like how we rejected over on the Nasdaq. It started breaking structure back down to the downside. So it broke below here. It broke below this area here. And then it, you know, started breaking structure. This here is a demand area, right? I'm assuming a supply area right here, not demand, supply. Aggressive selling, but it's tested. So there's no gap of void back to the zone. So this is what I consider low probability. Low probability supply zone. So, you know, I'm not saying it can't reject here again, but just be mindful. It may want to try to push through this area right here. Now, there is a supply zone sitting right here. But, you know, be mindful we start breaking structure back to the upside on the lower time frame chart. So if we start breaking structure back to the upside on the lower time frame chart, then we're breaking through smaller areas or minor areas of structure back to the upside. Even though this could be supply right here, you got to watch as price action is approaching that area to see, you know, where support lies below it. That where the market could, you know, basically if it rejects the supply zone, where it could bounce right below at an area of support, because it could definitely happen. So you got to pay attention as the markets retrace into price action. So I'm looking at the higher time frame Nasdaq chart. This is an area. Oh, it already looks like it tested it. Let's see. Let me blow this up a little bit. A little more so I can see it. All right, so yeah, this is a supply zone right here. But we just broke structure back to, we just broke minor areas of structure back to the upside on the higher time frame. Right here, we broke above here. So it pushed up, pulled back, broke structure higher, taking out this area here. And now it's tapping into this area of supply right here. Could it reject it? Sure it could. But you gotta be mindful of what's below you, because we just broke structure back to the upside, meaning we broke a minor area structure right here. So we'll draw it out just to kind of keep an eye on it. I'm not taking trades off my higher time frame. I'm marking zones off the higher time frame, but not trading them. See, if you can pay close attention, there's still a very small gap of void back to this area of supply right here. So we can watch to see what happens. I like to mark my again, my supply zones in red and my demand zones in green. Again, this was a demand zone right here. Even though the market was breaking structure to the downside, there's a demand zone resting right here. Aggressive buying, taps into it, supply right there, boom, it went right to it. So that was supply right here. If you notice what happened when it got back up to it, what did it do? It rejected and did what? Came back down here. Okay, where there was demand at. So the market likes to move like that. So we may break this area here, and if we do, then we broke through another area of structure back to the upside, and the market, to me, would kind of seem like it's still in a bullish mode to the upside. Okay, let's see what. Okay, so the market is at this supply area. You know, it's you can see what it did just here. It wicked above it, so this could be a liquidity grab area, or it, you know, setting itself up to where it was grabbing liquidity. You know, what does that mean? You know, it's running these highs right here, some of these highs right here, grabbing areas of where the money rests at, liquidity is, and it could reject it and push lower. If it does, then it can come down here and probably test this area here at 11 or 8 or 9, somewhere in this area here. This here is demand resting right here. All right, so demand, the market broke structure right here to the upside. So we got push up, pull back, break a structure right here, and it broke structure right here as well. So yeah, so I'm just paying attention to my lower time frame chart now to see what it's going to do in this zone. So I can mark this area. It looks like it's trying to push through it, so you can see it on the lower time frame. This is that general area right there. You see above this red box right here, that's basically that wick on the higher time frame, and the market is taking it out. We haven't closed above it, but to me, the zone is invalid right now unless we close below and start to show some signs of rejection on the lower time frame. We're breaking structure lower, then it may just continue pushing higher. Looking above us, we break this area here. We're more than, or break through this area right here, I should say. We're more than likely. Well, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a look at this. Now we break this area right here, just as we broke. Let's see here. Just trying to pay attention. Yeah, we break above here at 747.5. Then we're more than likely definitely going to come up here and test higher areas. Definitely start filling in some of these imbalances right here, like here, and then we got a small, maybe up in this area here, it could run back up to. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it's trying to take out this area of structure right here as well. I'm gonna look at my lower time frame. I'm gonna pay close attention to what's going on here, because it could break structure here to the downside. All right, pull back, and then we want to run lower to test this area here. It could. I'm not saying it can't, but now we're breaking minor areas of structure back to the upside here on the higher time frame. This is just being able to read, paying attention to the structure of the market. So I'm waiting to see what the market's going to actually do here. Again, this is a area of supply right here, and this is also the 40 pivot area, 40 hidden level that I talk about, 70 and 40. A lot of traders don't know about that area, that level. A lot of professional traders know about it, and so-called gurus do not talk about these hidden pivot levels. And why don't they talk about them? Because they don't know. Simply, just simple as that. Most of them are people that claim to be gurus in the market and trading professionally, whatever the case is. I'm not knocking anybody who trades professionally, and has years of experience in doing so. But so many people on here are making video content claiming to be traders, and they're really not. And if they were, they would know a lot more about what's certain things, just activity within the market, being able to really study these levels to see areas where the market likes to reject, pause at, and you get half numbers, round numbers, 40 and 70. I've been trading the 40. I've been keeping my eye and noticing. I'll be mindful around those levels even when I'm into a trade, because I know that you can get into a solid demand or trade on at a solid demand or supply area, it rejected, and right below be a 50 area, you better take profit because it could react to that area. So look what we're doing. We're rejecting right now, right? Look, we just broke structure to the downside right here on the lower time frame. Okay, so with that said, maybe we get a pullback. We could run lower and test possibly down here this area, somewhere in this area. Now this is support right here. Okay, look at the market. Look at it running. See, I told you it could reject this area. So I'm trying to look for a pullback now, but the market is really pushing, and it could come down here and test 14 or down here at 8 somewhere. Let's see if we get a pullback. And it may not. It may come down here and break through this area structure here. Look at it. Look at it. It's coming down there. What did I say? 14? Look at it. It's only a few points away from that area. So, yeah, it'd be nice to come back up to this area here around 736, maybe possibly a little higher. Look for a continuation short. But let's see what happens. Be mindful too, because it just took structure out right here. All right, above 724. So it could bounce at this area of support right here. So I'm waiting to see, if you got into a trade just on this break right here, then, I don't trade breaks like that. I don't chase the market. But yeah, if you did that, that's how your style of trading, then, you picked up some points there, but I don't trade that way. I like to see the market break through an area and pull back and give me my chance to get in. So it looks like it wants to run lower. But be careful. Be careful. But again, those hitting pivot levels like the 40 and 70, they're just regular levels, just like any other level in the market that like that, the half and round numbers and, other levels you may trade. Some people trade off of, the VWAP and what am I trying to say? Initial balance areas. There's so many different levels that traders trade from. So, but, when we're talking about numbers and pertaining around or surrounding price, the 40 and 70 are hidden pivot. I say hidden because most traders do not understand or know about them. So I'm looking for it to come back up here and finish its course to the downside here. So let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it's come up here. Okay, it's rejecting this area right here above this high volume area, but it didn't pull back to this supply area right here. So look at it running lower. So you just missed that opportunity, But yeah, see what I'm talking about here, what it did? It came down here. Okay. This is a demand area right here. So I'm gonna mark it up just right here. And it is untested, high probability zone. So wait to see if it's gonna tap it. Where is it at? 709.25, and it's come down to 711 3/4, 712 area. So let's wait and see what happens. And it may not be done yet. It could. Well, hold on a minute. Okay, let's talk about this. What could happen here? This is a demand zone. A supply zone right here. Yeah, supply zone right here. Right here. So let's see. Let's see. I'll wait to see what happens here. It could push through this. It could also test up here. It bounced off that area of give me a second, guys. It bounced off of this area of support right here. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Be careful, because if it rejects this area, okay, this zone now is invalid. But if it rejects this area here, it may push higher. Yeah, see, it just took out this area right here. It wicked it out. Be careful on things like that when you see the market break through a zone, you know, taking out the tops out. Most times it's probably going to try to push either higher or lower. In this case here, it's pushing higher, even though it could be a liquidity grab, but still, you want to be careful in situations like that, like how it did right here and then came down. So yeah, looks like it's trying to possibly push higher here. Higher time frame. It's breaking structure to the upside, but we're still tapped into this supply zone. Maybe it's going to run lower. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm going short. I'm gonna scalp this real quick, because this area below here. Come on down a little lower. Come on. Okay, we got filled there. This is support right here where this high volume is. This area right here broke the area structure right here. So be careful, because the market can bounce there. But it can also, you know, push lower. But be careful, because this is support right here. All right. Let's see. So we didn't tap this area of demand right here, but it came down, rejected off this area of support right here after the market broke structure to the upside, and now it's pushing higher. It's breaking through this area, broke through this area of supply right here, so that's invalid. Be careful. You see what happened here. Okay, now this is an area of demand right here. So where are my lines at? I need to mark some areas here. Well, aiming for this higher time frame area, you can see up here around 766. Okay, so the market broke through this area of structure right here. And when it did that, I mean, you gotta be careful, because this is, you know, was an area of supply right here, and it basically it rejected it, but it got up to it. It wicked it out. Okay, grabbed liquidity pretty much to come back down here, and it ran this area, or came down to this area of support here. Then it broke higher. Okay, it broke structure back to the upside. So we were already breaking structure back to the upside, taking out minor areas of structure. Broke structure here to the upside above here, and it broke over here as well. So this became an area of demand. Excuse me. Waiting for the pullback to come back to that area. And let's go ahead and mark that so we can see it on our higher time frame. Okay, when it tapped into that area, you know, I basically look for you know, I want to see some form of structure break to the upside. All right, and that it did right here. And on this, I was waiting. Basically, when I saw this moving to the upside here and pretty much breaking structure, I went ahead and got in. I didn't wait for the pullback. I should have. So I am early on this trade, and it could definitely pull back. Where can it pull back to? Well, it could pull back to here. It can pull back down to here, but I'm hoping it continues pushing up to the upside. So I'm very aggressive on this entry right here to the upside, because I saw that what it was doing. It was breaking structure to the upside here, and there's nothing that's really going to stop it until it starts filling these imbalances up here where it's aiming for. But again, it could pull back to a key area before it continues pushing higher. So the thing is, when you see it taking out major areas of structure, or not major areas, or in this case here, minor areas of structure or structure altogether, you know, when it was moving to the downside and breaking structure, then it starts re-breaking structure back to the upside, taking out minor areas of structure. And, you know, you got to look to see, okay, where could it aim to once it took out this last piece of structure right here, pretty much above 747. Well, it's going to fill these imbalances back up to the upside here. But it could definitely pull back, so I got to be mindful. It broke structure here and pulled back, and now it's pushing higher. So look at it swinging back. It was already up like what 14, 15 points. So I'll probably scale in if it, you know, I know it's gonna pull back now, so I'll probably scale in at some point here with another contract to make up any kind of difference of drawdown that I'm going to incur here, because I'm aiming for the bigger win here. Is what I'm trying to say. So let's see. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Man. Let's see what happens. All right, I think it's going to continue pushing higher here. This was probably my scaling right here, but it's fine because it didn't come past that area below my break even. But this was a area of market for you. This was an area. This was the area right here. This was the area of demand right here. You can see it. The market broke structure right here at the tap into that higher time frame zone. It broke right here, and then it took out this area right here. Okay, so basically, if you look at the lower time frame, this was it started breaking structure to the downside, right? Broke structure here, pull back, broke structure here, turns back around, takes out minor structure here, takes out this major area structure here in the lower on the lower time frame, and now it's going up. Okay, you have to be able to see those type things, guys. So I'm aiming for, again, what's this thing doing? Come on. Oh, we're back on the higher time frame. Sorry, that's what I was trying to do. I'm aiming for this area up here at 766. Okay, so hopefully we get this. You have to understand and look at the higher time frame to understand what the market is trying to accomplish. You have to see that, and that's what I'm betting on. That's what I'm waiting on to happen here. All right, so I'm up 18 now. Come on, finish up. Give me the rest of those 5 points right there. Make a swing back, because what it's probably going to do here is break structure here to the upside here, and then maybe come back and test maybe down here. You know, 749. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't come any lower than that. But because now it's rejecting the break. It slightly broke the high right here. I broke these highs right here. That's not the high on the day, but that's the high on this movement off the lower time frame right now. The high of the day is, well, that's not even the high of the day. It's the high of the let's see, is it? Oh yeah, this is the high on the day right here. No, actually, let me see something. I don't think that's the high on the day. That's the high. It's looking at the overnight session. Come on. I need to pay attention to this trade too. So let's see here. Yeah, the high in the day is actually around here, around 785, 786 area. It's looking at what it's doing is looking at the electronic trading hours, taking in consideration the high. So it's the high of the actual electronic trading hour session from where the market opened up yesterday evening to including the Asian London and today's session. So, but that's not the actual high on the day. All right, let's see what it's going to do here. Okay. Let's see if we get the fall through to the upside now. See what happens. See if we get some follow through. That's what I'm looking to see what it's going to do. Looking at my lower time frame chart, there was some scalps to take going back long once it broke this area structure here in the lower time frame, which was actually 747 area. I think that was a structural break on the higher time frame too. Yeah, 747. You could have looked for a pullback to go long right here around 736, and you could have aimed for, you know, let's see. Give me a second here. Right here. This was right here was a long, right here in this area here. This was a small area of demand. You could have taken it back up to, you know, to take out the high right here, and possibly to look to take to run even higher, and test this area of supply over here. This was also around a half number too, the 50 area. So there was a long there on the break. Not taking the break, I'm just saying there's a long there after it broke structure to the upside. Broke here above 747, right here, pull back to this small area of demand right here, and, you know, taking it, going long, scalping off the lower time frame chart. But overall, we are starting to break structure back to the upside. So we're kind of in, you know, in the middle of the market in a sense right now. You know, breaking structure back to the downside, re-breaking minor area structure back to the upside. So we're trading within this area right here. I'm looking for it to go higher because on the higher time frame, you know, we're breaking through areas of structure, and this would have been the area to look for an opportunity to get into the trade to take it going back up, and aim for these higher areas up here. So let's see. Just got to stay in this and allow it to play its course. It's moving sideways right now. So pushed up here, pulled back, broke a little area structure, came back lower. So then it tested this area of structure right here. I'm not structure, but it's area of demand right here on the lower time frame after breaking, you know, structure to the upside. So breaking this area here to the upside, lower time frame demand, because we're breaking structure to the upside. Come on, stop moving sideways and go up there and test that area. So this zone you see right here, this is the higher time frame demand zone. So I'm up 20, 21 points right now. Excuse me. And I'm looking for it to run higher and tap in and fill those imbalances like I just showed you on the higher time frame. Structure is everything. It is the key. If you do not understand how to restructure and follow structure the market, then it's not going to work, guys. I promise you. I don't care what strategy you have. You may get lucky, and you know, but if you want to find true success in the market, and that comes from being able to read the market correctly. Once you do that and you master that, I'm telling you, like the floodgate opens up as far as the profitability, the profits you can make. Like I'm holding this trade right now. So I'm reading structures, breaking minor areas of structure. We just took out this area work. There's really nothing that, you know, that's really going to stop this market from tapping that area. It shouldn't anyway. Right here at 66.5 and maybe slightly higher. Look at it. Look at it. I'm what? Look at it. We're like, I don't know, one tick away. One tick. Come on. I'm trying to, oh man, where's my thing at? It's not on here. Just trying to take a shot of this, send over to the community here. Go ahead and get filled, baby. There we go, got filled. All right, so let's scale out. Let's look at the market now. All right, so I already talked a little bit about that trade, you know, why it was actually taken. Breaking structure, minor area structure back to the upside. Took out right here. There's nothing that's really going to stop it, but you just got to be able to execute or be able to find a precise entry point once it, you know, takes out key areas of structure, like it did right here. You know, it broke this area of structure here at 747 to the upside. Pushed up, pull back, boom, broke above. This is demand. Wait for it to come back, move down to a lower time frame, look for the entry point to take it higher, because it's going to feel these imbalances right here. It's going to. All right, so let me just take this off of all charts. This was, like I said, a supply zone right here. It basically wicked it out and grabbed liquidity there before shifting and changing directions to come back and test lower areas. It tapped off this. It rejected this after grabbing liquidity, came back down to this area of support, and boom, broke structure back to the upside. I'm just looking here. Yeah, this is supply right here. This is supply. Yeah, I'd love to see it break here, pull back, and then come down and test these areas down here around 759. I believe anyway. Yeah. So let's see what she does. Is this market going to reject this area here, or is it going to, you know, push higher and break through it? Let's wait and see. All right, so we're in this area here. Okay, this was the tops where there was a high and the market came back down and broke some area structure and started swinging lower. We pull back. So this key area here is, let me kind of look at this right quick. I don't like to see it where the market has pretty much ran or broke the tops of a supply area or demand area. So I don't know, this thing could be grabbing at the top here and turning around to want to push maybe lower and test some lower areas before it takes off to the upside. So I'm not sure. It's got to push through this area though and push higher. So this would be if it breaks here, it's going to be a major breaker structure to the top here above 810. So I'm just going to wait patiently to see what it does here. So I'm not sure what it's going to do right now. It's kind of ranging at the tops, and I'm going to just kind of shut it down for today. This will be the end of this video here, unless I see something happen within the next few moments. But it looks like it's kind of just moving sideways right now, building volume at the top here. So I'm not interested in taking any trades right now. We're in this area here, and I don't know if it's going to pick the tops up here and break above or not. So, but I appreciate everyone who's tuned in today watching the video. Hopefully you found some value and you picked up something from the video. But what I really hope you pick up is the fact that market structure is your friend. You have to be able to read it and understand it. It's basically being able to read the market, what it's trying to accomplish. Yes, the market can shift and change and reverse at any given point. We don't have the control of the markets when we, as retail traders, but we want to trade what we see based on the structure of the market. And that's why I was telling you before, as I was reading this, yeah, we broke down here. We started making, structural breaks to the downside, but then it started re-breaking structure back to the upside, minor areas of structure. So my mind started shifting back into bullish mode again, looking for longs, especially when we broke above this area here at 747. Once I saw that, I said, okay, this thing is going to push up. But you got to look for a key area. If you see a structural break to the upside and you see an area to where it can break and go higher, then you need to look for some type of demand area on the higher time frame and market into which you can move down to a lower time frame to look for a setup to take the continuation going long to fill in these imbalances like I did here. So I'm just looking for, the structure following the flow, the ebbs and flows of the market. But yeah, if you're interested in joining the Discord, you can find that link down in the description portion of the video. Just scroll down, you'll see the link there. Also, you'll see a link below it if you want to become an elite channel member and gain access to the private videos like the trade breakdowns, and gain access to the video playlist. It's a list of videos that I've hand selected and pulled out from over 600 videos here in the channel that, you know, I really believe that cover the gist, the overall core pack content or elements or concepts surrounding and how I trade specifically. I'm not telling anyone to trade like me at all. You trade what works for you, okay? But all I'm saying is that we have individuals. We have tons of individuals that have, picked up on the way I trade, incorporated into their own style of trading, and we moved on. Now they're profitable. So that could be you as well. So, but the only way, like I said, to really understand this thing is to master market structure. I'll tell you that, and I say that in just about every video. Market structure is the key. It's like going to your front door, your back door, your home, and having that key to get inside, right? If you want to get inside the gate and understand the full scope of what's going on, you're going to have to master market structure. So if you're interested in becoming an elite channel member and gaining access to those private video series or private videos where I go into depth about my trades, breaking them down so you grasp an understanding from my mindset, as if you're sitting next to me or possibly even, watching me virtually, or, gaining access to those, that video playlist of videos. And I mentioned this a few days ago. I think it was a video I posted on Sunday. I'm going to be going to do a video to where I go into detail. Maybe it's someone that's new, starting out, trying to find a good solid strategy, someone that's looking for some type of information and seeking some type of information that can help you along and gaining a grasp about, in regards to trading. I trade supply and demand. I'm not telling anyone to trade it, but that's just the cornerstone to how I trade. But I'm going to be going over through a video. It's going to be probably kind of in depth. I may record one part one day, the next part. So it'll probably be a link to video, but I highly recommend you get your notepad out, jotting down things that I will be covering, because I'll be talking about, market structure, as I did in that video either Sunday or Saturday. I think it was Sunday. I kind of gave, an overall view of talking a little bit about market structure, talking a little bit about supply and demand, talking a little bit about, what to look for in the trade setups, being able to showing how to mark zones correctly. I'll be going more in detail about those type things in a upcoming video that I'll be putting together. So I don't want to give any specific date or deadline because my schedule is very packed. And so I'll do a little bit at a time and put together a video, which will be dropping to the elite members, those that are already. We already have tons of individuals who are elite channel members or elite channel supporters. And if you want to gain access and you want to become an elite member, all you have to do is scroll down, and right below that link I talked about within the description portion of this video, you'll see the Discord link. Below that, you'll see the link to become an elite member. $6.99. No, not $699, but $6.99 a month. And you gain access to those private list of videos I'm talking about. So all you have to do is click on that join button that you see next to the share, download, somewhere in that general area here on the video, or scroll down to the description portion of the video, click on the link, and you'll see two tiers pop up. Okay, they're through YouTube. One of them is the ones that I title is the loyal channel supporter tier or the elite channel supporter or member tier. That's the one you want to gain access to if you want the trade breakdowns, if you want all the perks and rewards that I'm talking about. So, I highly recommend, but it's up to you to choose to or not. But anyways, also make sure to turn on all your post notifications. Become a subscriber to the channel today by clicking on the sub button, the subscribe button. And last but not least, please, if you found value in the content, if you found value in the information within the videos that I go over on a daily, please leave a like on the video. Take care.